Hello everybody, and welcome to, one would say long overdue, video update. I can't even remember the last time I did one of these. Right, I thought I'd give you a video update just to keep you abreast of what's going on the old channel. Because it's been a while since the last one, and you may have noticed, but there's been a slight change in the type of games that's going up at the moment. So I thought I'd just give you a little bit of an update in relation to what's going on, and just in case you've not been privy to the Discord server or the streams that I've been doing, you're thinking, well, where's all the sort of regular type of games gone that he usually plays? Anyway, before I do, I just thought I'd give you a little bit of fun for you retro gamers out there, those of you that are old enough, like me, to remember the halcyon days of computer gaming. First of all, I'm wearing my Duck Hunt sort of Nintendo Entertainment System t-shirt that I purchased, which I'm quite fond of. Fits like a glove now, and I've lost a few pounds. Yeah. The reason why I'm wearing this, though, is because I managed to delve into my toy box, and I thought I'd gotten rid of this for some strange reason, but I found it. Nintendo Entertainment System. I found the bloody thing. This is a bloody relic. This is a classic, man. It's a relic. It is my Nintendo Entertainment System that I got I got this machine as a birthday present. I believe it was in about 1990 or 1991. My brother and his girlfriend purchased it for me. So here it is in all its splendour. I mean, look at the design of it. It's just a box, isn't it? Bless it. But it was the 80s, you know, when it first came out. This is something I should probably do on like a party stream, really, but it feels like a bit of a party stream, really, given how long it's been since the last video update, so I hope you'll excuse me. So what was actually in the Nintendo Entertainment System was the game Tecmo World Wrestling. I'm a big wrestling fan when I was younger, you see. So this is Tecmo World Wrestling. That was in it, and remember I'm sure I've mentioned it before, but for those of you that don't know, these obviously were cartridges that went into the game, into the system, and sometimes when you put it on, it didn't work properly. And as you can see, there's like a little bit of a sort of thing there, kind of chip, whatever you want to call it, that would go into the. If it didn't work, you just blew into the connections like that. Put it in. It used to work all the time. So Tecmo World Wrestling was one of the games that I had. This was the game that came with the machine, and the games didn't come in a case, nothing fancy like that. The games came in these little black plastic sleeves, and this game is the game that came with the system. It's the Super Mario Bros. And Duck Hunt combination, hence the t-shirt that I've got on. So that was good fun. I had hours of fun playing Duck Hunt with my mum. She used to love the game. And to play Duck Hunt, it's all entangled, so you're going to have to excuse the mess, really. I haven't got time to unravel this crap. It came, if you can see it came with this gun. This was a gun that you used to play Duck Hunt with. You used to shoot the screen. And this is the 90s, man. The 80s it came out. It was quite technical. You shot the screen with this gun. You used to have to aim down the sights, shoot the screen, and it would register and shoot the ducks. It was absolute revelation. Great fun to have at parties. This was the control pad. Very, very simple and basic. Square, rectangular pad with just arrow keys and 2 fire buttons, a select and a start key. Very technical. So that was the paraphernalia that came with it. Ugh. And then I'll show you the other games that I had. I didn't have many games for this, of course. There were hard times, you know. I couldn't buy my own games. There was presents from my mum. So I got. This is why when you were younger, you played games over and over and over and over again. You play a game 5, 6, 7, 8 times because you had nothing else to play. So you used to get longevity out of games, replayability, because you had no choice. Not like now, you play a game halfway through, I'm bored of this, I get another one. None of that was back in these days. I had Kung Fu. I still remember the music, and I still remember the sound that he made when he used to start kicking things. That was a particular favourite. Ferrari Grand Prix Challenge. Do you see that there? Ferrari Grand Prix Challenge. The sun is coming out now, it's ruining the lighting. I can't do anything about it either because it's right there. Let me see if I can twizzle my blinds here. This is... Oh, bear with me, folks. Avert your eyes, avert your eyes. It's a bit better. You're going to have to cope. I do apologise. I ain't got time to mess around here. So Ferrari Grand Prix Challenge. And WrestleMania Challenge. None of that Tecmo unlicensed crap. I upgraded to proper WWF official product. Big Boss Man, Ultimate Warrior, Hulk Hogan, Andre the Giant, Macho Man. They were all in here, my friends. So there you go. I thought I'd give you a little bit of insight there. I thought that I was so excited when I saw that this morning. I was the reason why I was looking for this was not for that. I wasn't looking for this. I was looking for my old PlayStation PSW magazines because somebody's made a comment on the one of my latest streams regarding what I was talking about when I was talking about waiting for PlayStation magazines to come out sort of once a month for your kind of updates to sort of previews and reviews of games, and none of this kind of everything's at your fingertips kind of approach that we've got nowadays. So I thought I'm going to actually go look back over some of my magazines just for old time's sake today, because I'm having the day off my sort of sports trading, so I've got the afternoon to myself. So I went in looking for the magazines, and I found this, and my eyes were like, oh, I thought I got rid of this. Oh my God, I wonder how much these would fetch now. It's probably not a great deal, to be fair. But yeah, there you go. So yeah, if you remember that thing, put an old comment in the video. Let's reminisce about the days of the Nintendo. What games did you have on the system? My God, I couldn't believe it when I found it. But anyway, there you go. There's a little bit of an introductory piece to the video update to set the scene. Something quite joyful for me finding that this morning. Right, okay, so I don't know how long this video update is going to be. It's going to be a little bit rambly. I do apologise in advance. But here goes nothing. So, 2021 has pretty much started like 2020 was, really. And it's a state of lockdown, if you want to call it. Well, it is. It's not a state. It is a lockdown at the moment still, at least here in the UK. And that means you can't do the kind of stuff that you like to do. Like for me, there's no football, socialising, all that kind of jazz. And I'm a computer gamer, streamer, I'm quite independent, I'm quite solo, I'm quite, I'm not anti-social. I do play football and do other stuff, but I can quite satisfactorily sit on my own and do stuff because I don't mind it. But when you do it for an extended period of time, it does take its toll. And since about January time, I've been struggling a little bit, to be quite honest with you. I don't usually talk about these kind of things. I bottle up my emotions, and I don't sort of do a lot of soul searching very often. I just kind of soldier on. I've got a new role at work which is keeping me busy, so I've kind of been busy with that, and you just kind of roll on and do stuff, and sometimes you just bowl along and you don't take stock of what's going on in your life. But it's been quite difficult for me since about January to find the motivation to do not just channel-based stuff, but to do other stuff, simple stuff. And it's going to sound really bad, but let's just say my room needs a bit of a tidy. Normally, Saturday, Friday night after work, on a normal week, I'd get the hoover out, get the mop out, mop the floor, get the things tidied up. I don't like to be sat necessarily in a messy room for too long, although I am a bloke, so it's not pristine. Sorry to be generalised, a bit of a generalisation now. Oh dear. But you know what I mean. So tidy room, can't be bothered. Do any cooking? Can't be bothered. My motivation to do stuff is really being very, very low, and I've not thought anything of it. I just thought, well, it's just one of those things. But it's got to be to do with something, maybe a wider sort of more bigger picture kind of thing. Is obviously the reason behind why I got no motivation to do stuff in general. I found since January I've really not done a great deal of productive things when I've been at home. A lot of sitting, watching videos, going on YouTube spirals, and I've not done anything massively productive because I haven't really had the motivation to do so. So it's been quite tough the past 3 months. And the reason why I bring this up is because, You'll have noticed on the channel there's been quite a little bit of a change in the style of games that I'm playing, and there's two reasons for that. This is the first reason, is that I don't have a motivation to sit down and record videos off camera at the moment, because we're doing a lot of things by ourselves at the moment, because you've got no choice. So why would I sit here and record to nobody when I can sit and stream? And the past 3 months, I've done a lot of streams of these different styles of games, and it's been great, because it's really, you don't probably realise when you sit down and come to my streams and have a conversation or talk or just sit there and watch, you don't realise actually how much it's really helping me. So, because that's the reason why I'm streaming pretty much 100% at the moment, is because I want to speak to people. I want to see you guys. I want to have that social interaction 2-3 times a week, because it is actually helping me get through what is actually quite a difficult time for me at the moment. So thank you, those of you that do come. It's been really, really appreciated. As I say, you probably don't really know how much you actually are helping me by coming and sort of taking part in those streams. So thank you for that. So that's the first reason why I'm doing mostly streams, is because I need to do streams to get some kind of interaction with people. And it's been great, sitting here with a rum or two or a port, playing East Shade or whatever I've been playing, and having a conversation with you guys has been absolutely something that I really look forward to in a week. It really does. But there is light at the end of the tunnel, because football is allowed to start on the 29th of March. That's only 9 days away. So I start being able to get back to some form of normality, and with that, hopefully, everything else will click into place, and we'll start to see a bit more normality on the channel in terms of what I'm streaming and what I'm LPing again. But for the time being, that's one of the reasons why I'm streaming pretty much, 100% of the time. It's because I need that interaction. So that's an explanation for that. The terms of the styles of game that I'm playing, obviously, if I'm streaming all the time, I would prefer to stream games where I think are better to be streamed. And I find the sort of shorter stream games, some of the are better than streaming something that's going to take sort of 40 to 60 hours to play, because you can stream 3, 4, 5 sessions tops and they're done. So it's a shorter thing. It's nice and compact. It's easy to then move on to the next one to keep things a little bit fresh, rather than streaming 20 videos of the same game consistently. People may lose a bit of interest. So it's been good to stream some of those shorter games. It's good to see some other types of games as well. That's what's normal on the channel. Lots of people suggest sort of side series games and different styles of games, and it's good to play those. I don't know why I've got my hands in my pockets for. It's because I'm discussing something that's quite a difficult subject for me. So I'm kind of in a if you are body language experts, those when you're in a defensive mode, in a difficult mode, you don't sort of express with your hands like you normally would, but you kind of sort of touch yourself, and it's sort of self-comforting gestures, I believe they're called, for those of you that are body language experts. So anyway, I'll try and be more open. So that's another reason. But I suppose the main reason also on top of all of that is that I'm getting a new computer. For those of you that don't know, which most of you will by now, but I ordered a computer in January from Scan, a pre-build. I won't bore you with the reasons why I went pre-build, but basically it was a little bit more expensive, but only by about £100 compared to buying the parts for the computer myself. So to pay £100 for somebody to do all that, it was a no-brainer. And plus I thought by getting a pre-build machine where the parts are separate to the regular stock, I might just get a graphics card a little bit sooner than if I was getting in the queue just for a graphics card to put into a machine that I was going to build myself. So that was the reasoning behind going with a pre-build. And I ordered that in January, bought that in January, so I'm getting a 3080, I'm getting a 5900X processor, and then all the other stuff that goes with it, but obviously those are the two headline parts. And I'm waiting, and the date was given as I think it was the 18th of March, 20th of March, something like that was the initial date expected delivery of this machine. It was only expected. They just put a random date there based on when they think they're going to get the stock in. Anyway, about 2 weeks ago, that date got put back to the 2nd of May. Now, I'm not massively impatient for this machine. I'm not. I've got a machine that works fine. Given the circumstances at the moment, I'm not overly concerned. There's bigger things to worry about than getting a new computer that's going on in the world, so I'm not massively that impatient for it. I've not banged on about it. I've not even mentioned it, really, unless I've been asked about it, because it's not something that I'm really like. Normally I would be like chomping at the bit to get it, but I'm not like that at all. I'm completely and utterly fine. It comes when it comes, is the approach I'm taking with this. But I do maybe once every couple of weeks check on the website to see what the date is. Does it change? I checked 2 weeks ago, it got put back to the 2nd of May, and I was like, okay, well, my birthday's the 10th of May, so it could be a nice birthday present. Not a problem. I checked again today, 2 weeks later, it's been put back to the 28th of March. Now, why have they done that, I wondered to myself. They put it to the 2nd of May, they've given themselves 2 months to do it, the customer hasn't complained, hasn't kicked off. Give ourselves that lovely nice 2-month buffer just in case. But they've put it back to next week, 28th of May, next Sunday. To me, that sounds like something's happened. Something's changed as the quad bikes drive around. Something's changed. Something has updated that they've put it forward again. I'm hoping they maybe got the part in. Has the graphics card arrived? I don't know. I was thinking, should I ring them and just see what's going on? I thought, no, I'll let it be a surprise. So we'll see what happens, but it could be a good sign. I'm expecting an email today to say, right, we're now ready to rock and roll with your machine. It's been built and it'll be delivered next week. And I'll do another video update, me doing some kind of jig and dance with some music on. Because although I'm not pushing for it, when it does finally come, I will be excited. I will be like, can't wait to get it, sort of thing. So we'll see what happens with that. But yeah, because I'm still waiting for this, and it is coming at some point, maybe within the first half of the year, I didn't want to start a new long-term sort of RPG strategy series. For the simple reason that when I get this new computer, I'm going to have a bit of a refresh of the channel. Some new graphics are going to be going up. This new computer will allow me to render into a much higher quality. This machine doesn't like rendering into 1440p. I've tried it with different settings and stuff. It just crashes all the time. So I'm going to render into a higher quality video, higher bitrate, higher resolution for the recorded LP videos, streaming much more into 1440p for games that don't require instant chat reaction. For those that do, I'll still render into 1080p to get that ultra low latency, but for those games where it's not pertinent to have up to speed chat and you can afford to have an 8 to 10 second delay, I'm probably going to start streaming those games into 1440p as well. So there's going to be a slight upgrade to the quality of the recordings. I'm going to get a sound mixer to finish off my sound upgrade to go with the lighting that I did 2 years ago now. And just put a last couple of finishing touches to what I would like to think is a bit of a revamp to the channel when the new computer comes. Some graphics, some video intros and stuff are going to be on the go as well. So that's why I wanted to kind of wait until I started something new in terms of a big project. Combined with I'm only streaming, given what I've just explained, and all these things combined is the reason why I'm not starting anything big at the moment. So for the foreseeable, we'll continue with streamed kind of shorter games, 10 to 20 hours, until the computer comes. Apologies for those of you that are looking forward to a bit of Total War action, because I am starting some Total War playthroughs when I get my new PC. Wanting to see an RPG again, or whatever game you're wanting to see that might be on the list. I do apologise, but they will be coming again at some point. But it will more likely when I get my new computer. And I do think it's going to come before May. I'm quite optimistic it will come before May. So I think month to 2 months tops, I hope, I touch wood, I think I'll get it before then. So you've not got too much longer to wait. So I hope you can bear with me if you're not massively enjoying perhaps some of these games that I'm playing at the moment. But for the reasons discussed, if you could just pop in and say hello, even if you're not going to stay for the whole stream, it would be appreciated. I'd love to see old returning faces. Of course, I've seen a lot of new faces too, so that's also great to see. But yeah, if you just come and say, it's just nice to speak to people for the reasons that I discussed previously. So feel free to pop along. I'm streaming this evening, Little Nightmares. It's an interesting game, platform, puzzle and horror. 3 things that I generally don't play, all combined to plunge me into the unknown, really. But I will be drinking some rum this evening, and I want it to be a nice, jovial, kind of light-hearted party feel. So feel free to pop along and check that out. We'll have a good old conflab whilst I die numerous times and pull my hair out. So it'd be good to see you there. Okay, so that's a little bit about the channel, why things are happening as they are, a little bit about me. I've given you, of course, the throwback to the retro Nintendo Entertainment System. I'll just finish off, as I like to do at least once a video update, is to talk about Patreon very quickly, but just to thank you, those of you that are still signed up to Patreon. There's so many people have signed up for a long time now, and it is really mind-blowing, really. And I sometimes feel, especially when I'm not putting out my kind of usual content, I kind of feel a little bit bad that you're sort of signed up to Patreon, and not the content has gone down in quality, but the kind of thing that you may have signed up to watch is not being put out at the moment. But so your continued support is really it's very much appreciated. Thank you very much. For those of you that may not be aware or that may be new, I will just quickly go through that. Patreon is not something a tiered system, or it's just a way to say thank you in the form of a sort of a donation, if you will. You set your own amount. It can be a one-off payment. It was set up on the request of quite a few people who wanted to do that. So, and the money that I use Patreon for is for the channel. I don't buy anything personal with it. It is just to put into the channel, to purchase the games, to purchase some of the upgrade to equipment, which goes into the quality of the content that gets put out on the channel. So that's what it's used for. My little Patreon pot, as I call it, is used for that reason only. So thank you for those of you that have signed up to that. So yeah. That's that. But in terms of me, there's nothing else to update you with. We can't go anywhere, we can't do anything, so I've got no escapades to tell you about, really. So I'll keep it to that. What are we on time-wise? 21 minutes. That's not bad. It's not bad for a video update, I don't think. I've done longer than that before now. One final thing, I suppose. I always like to talk a little bit about health and fitness. It's been difficult, again, harking back to the circumstances, to find motivation to actually stick to some kind of dietary regimen. Football would be a reason for me to want to lose a bit of weight or keep the weight off, to ease the pressure on my knee and my ankle. Less weight carried around the football field is better on your joints. Or if I was going to go out somewhere or had a holiday to look forward to, you get yourself in shape so that when you're strutting around the beach, you don't look like a mess. These things just kind of give you impetus to actually lose a bit of weight or to keep the weight off or get a bit more in shape. That for me at least anyway. And I've lost all of that because you can't go on holiday, you can't play football. So there's no impetus, there's no reason. So basically, since I've been like this, up and down, on the old weight front, and I sort of lost the will in January, as I've mentioned. For the past 3 months, I've really lost the will and the motivation to do stuff. And one of the things that I've lost motivation for was to just actually stick to any sort of dietary regimen. So since January till about now, I've really been, I say naughty, but I've just been enjoying eating and drinking, and because what else can you bloody well do, you think to yourself. And so the weight went up. I at my lowest, I was down to 12.6. I was down about 13 stone last June, and I ballooned. I say ballooned, it's not like massively hideous, but I went up to 14.4 over Christmas. I went down to 13.10 after Christmas, and then back to 14 stone again, which is £196, I believe, for those of you that don't know what the hell stones are. But now that football is around the corner and stuff, I'm like really bang on it again, and actually quite enjoying it. I think the fact that the light is at the end of the tunnel. Tomorrow is the 21st of March, so it's the first day of spring. The days are getting longer, the weather is getting much more mild, the birds are tweeting, the plants and the leaves and the trees are coming through. I think all of these little things that I'm noticing, and the outlook of being brought out of the lockdown that we're in, the sort of path where you can see the light at the end of the tunnel, touch wood, I think it's helping, and it has helped the past couple of weeks because I've really been doing really well. So tonight's little bit of rum, which I'll be having with the stream, is a treat because I've been really good the past 2 weeks. 4 pounds have flown off me. I've exercised like a maniac. I've really been strict with the diet, and so this is why I'm looking forward to this evening. So I'm not going to go mad, but just a couple of drinks to have a nice, relaxing Saturday and hopefully set the tone for the week ahead. But anyway, I've rambled on for far too long now, so I'll leave you to the rest of your afternoons. Hopefully you can join me this evening for the stream. Please do if you can. And I'll keep you posted onto the computer and as to when we're going to get back to some form of normality on the channel in terms of getting back to sort of an RPG / Total War extravaganza. It'll be Three Kingdoms. I'm still finishing the Three Kingdoms series. I'm on episode 50 now, so I'm about halfway through, I think. So I'm going to kind of power watch the second half in preparation for me playing the game itself, to give me that little bit of extra knowledge about the sort of history of the period and what happened. Really looking forward to playing the Three Kingdoms because I'm loving the series. So I'll keep you posted. Enjoy your weekends, whatever you're doing, and thank you for watching if you've been watching, and until next time, I'll see you soon.